At noon.
With each passing day, we have new developments with the Mississippi River flooding. Many miles downstream here in our area, we're already seeing flooding in several areas. About an hour ago, MDOT sent out an alert that says Highway 24 near Fort Adams in Wilkinson County is now closed in all directions. It joins Highway 465 in Warren County's Eagle Lake community. It was the first to close a few days ago. For now, it's estimated both will be closed for about 3 weeks. The Yazoo backwater levee system is designed for water to go over it, but the intense pressure of floodwater surging toward it could cause it to break. Crews are working to keep all levees in place. In Warren County, there's a 4-mile section that's causing concern. If water starts pouring over the top of the embankment, it could give way, and officials say that could be catastrophic. The levee board and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers says the backwater levee project will be finished before the approaching water reaches. News Channel 12's Ross Adams joins us live from Warren County. And Ross, I understand you're about to take a tour of the levee in about an hour.
That's right. Yeah, we will be joining members of the Corps of Engineers to go out and take a first-hand look at the section of the levee, that 4-mile section that you mentioned that's causing so much concern. Now, it is a race against the clock. We've seen trucks this morning up and down Highway 61 heading to a road that goes into that section of the levee where they are hard at work trying to secure it in case the floodwaters were to go over it. It would make a smooth passage and not breach that levee. While all of that work is going on, local officials have been going door to door, urging residents to move to higher ground, because this section of Highway 61, where you see the water behind me, this section of the road could close later this week.
Just letting everyone know that by Thursday, everyone needs to be moved out because the highway might be closed. So we ask them before they have to wade through the water to come on and get out.
Officials saying they are seeing little resistance from even folks who've lived through previous floods, because they know that this one could be one for the history books. Reporting live from Warren County, Ross Adams, WJTV News Channel 12.
All right, thanks so much, Ross. Well, people in Satarsha and Yazoo County are also worried about a levee breaking. Mayor Charles Lundgren is helping raise the city's portion of the levee backwater by 4 feet. Water is seeping into a few homes, and those people have already been evacuated. The mayor says raising the levee will help protect the rest of the town, but he still urges everyone to be cautious.
I think they need to get most of their essentials, personal property, and things that they value, and be prepared to move.
They're scared. You know, a lot of them's leaving. Yeah. But a lot of them's moving out just as a precautionary measure.
Now, Mayor Lundgren hopes to be done with raising the levee today. He says Satarsha hasn't seen a major flood like this since 1927. Well, people in Memphis are breathing a sigh of relief. The Mississippi River crested overnight near the record level set in 1937, but it did not cause widespread flooding. News Channel 12's Randall Pinkston has continuing coverage of watching the water.
Randall Pinkston, CBS News, Tunica, Mississippi.
Well, this flooding comes as Mississippi still struggles with the aftermath of several severe weather outbreaks. Governor Haley Barbour says people in 18 counties affected by flooding, storms, and tornadoes are now eligible for federal disaster assistance. FEMA added more counties to the list, bringing the total to 29. Now, to find out much more, including to see all of our stories, go to our website, WJTV.com, type the keyword flood anytime to get the latest on this situation. Well, Parchman Penitentiary is on lockdown at this hour because preparation is underway for tonight's scheduled execution of death row inmate Benny Joe Stevens. He's been moved to a holding cell near the execution chamber. He's set to die by lethal injection at 6 p.m. The 52-year-old was sentenced to death for the 1998 murders of 4 people in rural Marion County. 2 of them were children. His attorneys say they will ask the U.S. Supreme Court to stop the execution and allow Stevens to appeal on grounds his trial attorney should have done a better job. 2 more executions are scheduled for this month. One is May 17th. The other is set for May 24th. Also this afternoon, more on a story we first told you about yesterday at noon. 16 cabins at the Neshoba County Fairgrounds burned to the ground. Fires swept through them around 8:45 yesterday morning. Now, this is a picture from the Neshoba Democrat newspaper showing firefighters trying to contain it. Authorities say it took about 2 hours to get this massive fire under control. The state fire marshal says it's still too hot for them to investigate. Investigators believe they have narrowed their search of the area where it started, but they have not been able to pinpoint the exact spot. They're looking for burn patterns, accelerants, and melted wiring to determine a cause. Firefighters stayed at the scene overnight, keeping an eye on parts that were smoldering. While Mississippi's controversial redistricting issue is still being debated, a panel of federal judges are meeting today to see if the state House and Senate can come together to resolve the gridlock. Legislators are required to draw a new redistricting map every 10 years when the U.S. Census comes out. That's done to reflect population changes. Republicans and Democrats can't agree on the new districts for House and Senate representation this legislative session, so a federal panel was appointed. The NAACP recently filed a lawsuit claiming it's unfair to hold this year's elections under the current districts because they do not accurately represent the population. Well, this is what the Mississippi Tea Party's view is on the issue.
There's been a shift in the political feelings of the people, and the state has become much more conservative. And in my opinion, the Speaker of the House has become threatened by that because 46% of his own members voted against the apportionment plan.
Now, according to the state constitution, lawmakers do legally have until next year to redraw the district map. Many are worried that having federal judges involved now could set a dangerous precedent by opening the door to future court challenges every time the population shifts. For the latest, go to WJTV.com and type the keyword redistricting. Still ahead on News Channel 12 at noon, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Maria Shriver are calling it quits. More on this celebrity split coming up later. And Whitney Houston is back in rehab. We'll have details on her recovery. But right now, it's time to head over to the Storm Team 12 Weather Lab and get the latest on the forecast from Ken.